Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been a hot minute since I last recorded one of these videos, but I'm going to be better, I promise you, I'm going to get more out. I just had an idea for a video today. As you can see, it's pretty off the cuff. My office is a little bit of a mess. I'm actually moving house soon, but I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to get it recorded for you because it is a very useful one. What I'm going to be talking to you about today is how you can qualify your recruitment leads or business development lead quickly. So this is going to be a very quick video where I'm going to teach you a process that you can implement straight away. It's important that you qualify your leads early to save time. You don't want to be working with clients that are shit, essentially, that aren't going to pay, that are going to mess your candidates around, that are going to mess you around. So doing this is so important. I see too many people sort of put the client on a pedestal and think, I just need jobs to work. And they start working with clients that it's never going to work out. They're just going to be awful to deal with. So I promise you, this is a quick and easy framework for all you busy consultants out there. So why does lead qualification matter? For me, like I've talked about the fact that it saves you. We haven't got time to waste in this job. We absolutely do not. You know, anyone of you watching this, unless you're looking to get into recruitment, will know how busy you are in this job. More hours in the day, please. We don't have time to waste. But also, there's a lot of effort that goes into looking for candidates for jobs, getting things drawn up for the client, preparing terms, having meetings, the outreach that you're doing. We want to make the best of it. We don't want to waste any of your effort and resources. I'm just going to share an example here from my own experience of how effective lead qualification is so important and works and where it can go wrong. I've had a couple of occasions where I've been doing business development. My clients are obviously recruitment agencies, but I've been reaching out to them and thinking, yeah, they look great. They look like the sort of people that I want to work with. But because I haven't qualified them properly, I've got late in a process and realized actually they are not right for me to work with. So I've wasted time, wasted effort. But on some occasions, I've actually started the work and realized because I haven't qualified properly. And it's created some really difficult situations for me. So for example, for me, if I'm working with an agency and I'm delivering training, I need to know they've got a training room. So I've turned up sometimes to work with an agency and they haven't got a training room. That puts me in a difficult, awkward position. Now, is it a showstopper to work with somebody? Not necessarily, but I needed to know that early enough to have the conversation to know that, look, if we're going to work together, you need to find a venue. You need to find somewhere where I can deliver the training. Okay, so let's go on to the 3-point framework. You need to identify, is there a need? I see so many people not do this properly. You need to work out, is there a need for you and your service? You need to identify, are there active hiring challenges? Are there hiring challenges in general that you can solve in the future? Is it a now need? Is it a future need? What challenges are they facing? What challenge? The authority piece is really important. Are you speaking to a decision maker? I see this happen so often where people waste their time. I've done it myself. I remember trying to get into a manufacturing company years ago, having lovely conversations with somebody. He was giving me great intel, but he wasn't a decision maker. So I didn't map that client out effectively. So you need to make sure you do that. Are you speaking to a decision maker? And are they the only decision maker? You need to be speaking to everybody. The people that are going to be able to decide if they're buying from you, if they can work with you. Now, I know a lot of people get nervous to cover this off and wonder how they can find that out. One of the questions I think is really effective is, who else would you recommend that I should be speaking to? When you hire people, who's involved in the decision? Who decides who is hired in what teams? Remember that some of these companies can have multiple decision makers because there's multiple teams. What sort of involvement do you have in the process of who you work with, what agencies you work with? Who decides who you partner with when you're hiring? Those sorts of questions. They're not aggressive. It's a subtle way to ask to get the information that you need, basically. Now, big one, budget. People get nervous to ask this, but it's so important. You can ask it subtly and you can ask it in a soft way, but it's so important. You need to know if they've got the budget to work with you. Now, ways you can ask this, if they've worked with agencies before, it's worth investigating. What terms have you worked to before? You know, what terms do you normally work to? I think a great way to start is asking, what's your recruitment budget for this year? Or what's your recruitment budget for the next 6 months? What are you looking to spend on recruitment? If they are a decision maker, which they should be, they will know the budget, how it's been set in different departments and what for. And it's a perfectly legitimate question. You need to know how much they've got left, particularly if you're coming towards the end of the financial year. Or if you're at the start of the financial year, it can be very different. Some companies have got money left over towards the end of the financial year that they need to spend. They need to get rid of it out of the business. Others will be really tight on money. At the start of the financial year, some people are like, woohoo, we've got loads of money, let's spend it. Others are a bit more cautious and want to be restricted until the year plods on. So it's a very important question that you need to know. Some practical tips for assessing these clients and quickly. Open-ended questions are a must. You can ask less questions then, and it gets way more information out of the client. Also, if you've got a client that maybe is a bit more reserved, being a bit colder, it will warm them up. It will get them to talk to you. Closed questions are just going to get you yes or no answers. Use LinkedIn. Do your call prep. Do your business development prep. Look at the company. Look at the decision makers. Do your research. Go on their website. You can use ChatGPT to give you information on these companies, but don't be lazy and miss the prep. It is so important. A really practical tip for quick assessment is if the lead isn't a fit, don't carry on with it. That's going to save you time and effort. Not every client is on that pedestal. And if you feel they're not right for whatever reason, politely walk away. Put your time into another lead, which is going to be way more resourceful and potentially way more lucrative. Okay, so to recap, we need to identify a need. We need to make sure you know authority-wise who's in charge, who are the decision makers, who do I need to be speaking to. Budget, huge one. Please make sure that you're investigating it. Thank you for watching today. What I would encourage you to do is in the comments, put in questions that you're using with your clients or prospective clients that get you the information you need, those open-ended questions that are really powerful that work for you. I'd love to see them, but also people watching may find it useful as well, especially the newbies that are watching. Also, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for the notifications to be turned on. And remember, it's not just these videos I do shorts every week. Fortnightly, there's my LinkedIn live show, Recruitment Uncensored. Go and give it a watch. It's amazing. Lots of people sharing insight and giving recruitment tips. But keep an eye out for the next video. I promise I won't leave it so long, and I will see you very soon. Bye.